So guys, this video is going to help you have a routine before each shot to hit more distance, and just have a couple of setup points that's going to help you make hitting the ball a little bit easier. I see a lot of golfers who set up incorrectly, which makes the whole process a lot harder to try and hit distance. So this is a fact that the older we get and the less flexible we're becoming. So what we need to do is set up in a position that makes us comfortable and an easier way of allowing the body to create more freedom on the way back and then create more freedom on the way through. If you've not watched any of my senior golf tip videos previously over the last couple of weeks, make sure you watch them below. Easiest golf swing for seniors and a simple tip to improve your golf swing for more distance. So to create more distance, what we need to do is we need to store power. So we need to create power, store it, then release it. What happens is a lot of people don't store that power enough on the way back for long enough, then they release it too quickly. Ignore the pheasant behind me here, it's making too much noise for a Sunday morning. So tip number one, what we need to do is I see a lot of golfers set up with their feet in a square position. So if you think about it, pay attention to my arms in the club. So if I was to rotate with that foot kind of square to my ball to target line, my feet, toes in a kind of straight line, then what's going to happen, I'm very limited to how far my arms can travel back. And the biggest cause for over the top swing paths is the arm is not getting deep enough on the way back, okay, so lack of body rotation. So what I want you to do is I want you to kick your right foot back, so right toes going back, so it's kind of going through the middle of your left foot. That's going to open up this, so that's going to help my hips face slightly to the right, okay, but that's just generally going to help my hips rotate more into the backswing. But another added piece of the puzzle, what we need to do is open this right foot up. So we're kicking the right foot back, we're opening the right foot up kind of like that. So if you've watched my previous video, this is kind of step number one that's going to help you. So kick the right foot back, open the right foot up. That's going to allow the arms to travel more into the backswing. See how my arms travel a lot further there? So if I stand square, my arms only travel to my right shoulder. I've got limited flexibility in my shoulders, you wouldn't think for a young guy. But kick the right foot back, turn the right foot out, and that's going to allow our arms to travel more into the backswing. And let me know your thoughts on that step one drill, okay? So I've done that, we've got the right foot back, that's going to help us achieve a more draw pattern, a more path to the right. It's going to create a wider swing, okay? If you stand narrow, the arms don't travel very far. So guys, tip number three, what I want you to feel like you're doing is feel like as you're taking the club back, feel like we're head, so feel like our left eye and our nose is moving behind the golf ball, okay? So kind of almost in that position. One of the worst things you can ever teach any golfer, any of your mates, is keep your head still relative to the golf ball. So we don't want that. That keeps us in a position where our eyes are fixated over the golf ball. Our weight doesn't move at all, so think about wherever our head goes, that's where our weight goes. If our weight stays over the golf ball, our weight's going to stay in the middle of the golf ball. We can't rotate on the way back, and we can't rotate on the way through. So think about to transfer more weight to this right side. What we need to do is allow our head to rotate. So feel that, so feel like you're just kind of throwing something. You're allowing your head to kind of rotate down towards the golf ball, almost in that position. I feel my weight transferring into my right side. We don't want to keep our head static and then just move the arms. If you keep your head static, that's where the arms come into play, and the big power generators for power in the golf swing are our shoulders, are our legs, our hamstrings, all that kind of thing. The arms don't create much power. The arms are just kind of taken along with the ride by the rotation of the body. So rotate the head, that's going to allow the arms to travel further into the backswing. Come back down, hit golf ball. So tip number four is what we do with the club face. So I see a lot of golfers who get in a position, if I was to face the camera from face on position, I see a lot of golfers who, if you think about that club's coming in a square position, that's a closed position when the grooves are pointing to the ground, and that's an open position. I see a lot of golfers get into this position where the club face is too open, so the grooves are pointing to the sky. That creates a slice and over the top swing path. It's amazing. Whatever the club face does, we compensate to try and get the club face back to square, okay? So vice versa, if we take the club back open, our first inclination is to swing left to try and stop the ball going right. It's vice versa, if the face is closed, we'll swing to the right. But what we need to do with driver, to hit more distance, what we need to do is we need to get the loft turned down and kind of create that draw pattern that we want. That's open, that's square. Okay, we want to try and get the grooves to point more towards the ground at impact. So, how do we achieve that? So, I want you to feel like I've done previous driver videos where we want to feel like the toe gets to the golf ball before the heel does, kind of in this position. So we're fully extending the arms. We're extending the arms, and then we feel like the club face is closing down in relative to the golf ball. So, see, a lot of golfers should keep the arms bent all the way through impact. That's going to create a chicken wing. The club face doesn't release, club face remains open. So what we need to do is feel like we're getting into a position where we're coming into the impact position. We're keeping the arms straighter for longer. We're turning the toe of the club over. The heel kind of stays back, kind of almost in that position. To that swing, we're rotating. So even a little thing that's going to help you rotate your hips better through impact. So remember, what we talked about was we need to keep the arms straighter for longer and feel like we're turning the grooves down towards the ground. But how do we do that? There's one added thing. You see a lot of golfers who are kind of restricted this right foot, so they keep this right foot planted on the ground, almost in that position. But it doesn't enable my hips to open up. So what we need to do is I'll even allow this right foot to kick off the ground slightly, and that's going to help the hips open up. Okay, so what we're doing is we're getting to the top of the backswing. We're allowing the lower body to rotate first, getting the right foot to almost move in the way, okay? We don't want to get the foot static on the ground, so get to the top of the backswing, move the right foot in the way. From there, we're turning the loft down to the ground. Okay, that's going to help us get more distance, lower that ball flight slightly, and stop that ball going right. And as we come through, we're allowing the arms to extend more through impact, so keep the arms straighter for longer through impact. Full of simple tips that's going to hopefully help you, senior golfers or golfers in general, hit the ball further, and just a process to go through, okay? So think about when you're doing anything, so when you're getting up for work in the morning, you've got a process, okay? So the first thing you do is set your alarm, second thing you do is eat your breakfast, third thing might be brushing your teeth, fourth thing might be driving to work. It's kind of like getting up in the morning and setting up to a golf shot. So what we need to do, right, is we need to kick this right foot back, so the right toe's going through the middle of the left foot, kick the right foot out. From there, that's going to allow us to create more rotation into the backswing. Allow the left eye to get moved behind the golf ball on the way back. And as we come back down into impact, we're allowing the right foot to come off the ground gradually. And then from there, we're turning the loft down, so the grooves to the ground, arms straighter for longer. And then we're going to finish our arms at shoulder height. That's going to help you create more rotation through impact, more distance, and we can all slag our mates off when we're hitting it 30 yards past them. So guys, any thoughts on that video? Make sure you like the video, share the video around to your friends, subscribe to the channel, follow me on all social media platforms under Jamie Allan Golf. Need more subscribers, so click the link, share the video around, make sure your friends can see it, and so these videos can get more footfall and more traction. Thanks for listening.